Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is a message for us all. As I'm picking up the energy today is always at a loss for the date, February 27th. Let me just double check that. Yes, February 27th, the new moon in Pisces energy, and we've got a lot of energy in the zodiac sign of Pisces. We have 5 planets: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, and then we also have the North Node in the sign of Pisces. We also have a few other star systems, Ceres and Nessus, also in Pisces. Pisces energy, the 12th house of the natural zodiac, endings, closure, sometimes death. We all think of Scorpio as being the endings, but truly the last house of the zodiac, the 12th house, is where we complete a large cycle. This new moon in Pisces is the opening, I'm hearing, of a portal into the new, while we are also closing out closing out, I'm not even starting a new video this because we're going to talk about this as well. Electronics acting weird. Closing out a very long chapter. I'm being reminded to calm down my energy. There's a lot of weirdness that's going on, and I'm going to probably title this video Weird Energy, especially when it comes to electronics, but also people, events. It's very difficult. Don't expect your plans to actually fall through the way that you had planned them to be, or even your day-to-day. Because the Pisces energy, which is dissolving of the old, everything, and depending on where you have Pisces in your chart, you're really seeing something dissolving in order to open up this new portal for the new timeline, for yourself, for all of us, for humanity. So as I was saying in my last video, we have 2 very strong timelines intertwined right now. The timeline of the old self, the timeline of how everything had been operating, and the new timeline also opened and activated by the sun. We have a lot of solar activities. We're currently in a very strong geomagnetic storm, which has opened up more space for spirits, elementals to mingle about Earth. So you may be seeing orbs or just things moving or changing. These spirits can definitely come through electronics very easily, as well as many various animals. They can take in form of birds and bugs. And anyway, where were we with the Pisces? Oh, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. This is the last new moon in Pisces that we will have Neptune involved. Neptune will be moving into Aries this year. So this is definitely a big closure. We have not had this type of energy, and I know you've probably heard other astrologers, other people talking about this year, especially 2025, we have not had these experiences energetically in our lifetime, nor will we again going forward. So let's get a message for us all. And remember, new moons are an opportunity to open up to the newness, open up to the new timelines, open up to these portals, these windows that are opening up for us. I actually was visually able to see them over last weekend, and they're beautiful. You may be witnessing a lot of the beauty. Pisces is the energy of the spiritual realms, and we are multidimensional. So if you're called to witness a beautiful sunset, or you're just outside, a lot of the nature will be showing this, has been showing this to many little children. My grandson is 3. He's definitely, we were seeing orbs together. He was seeing the rainbow auras and pennies and other things. So yeah, it's beautiful, but it's also very weird. Neptune can be very weird, and a lot of the time Spirit is coming and knocking on your door saying, hey, you were too much, because Mars just started to move direct. Our masculine energy, the masculine part of the brain, the logical, rational, critical thinking part of the brain is like, yeah, ready to go again, while the feminine is still that energy. Venus is still moving faster than Mars. Venus will be going retrograde April 1st. So we have 40 days and 40 nights of the feminine energy retracting, going within and going into the underworld as Venus leaves the night sky. We will not see her until she emerges into the morning sky, the morning star, within 40 days. And this time Venus is working. I know the last Venus retrograde was quite intense for many. This time around Venus is working. She will be in Aries. She is in Aries, working with Chiron, our wounds, the wounded healer, helping us to deeply reflect on all of the core wounds that have kept us small, held us back, kept us in the old timeline. So embrace this time. Many people are resisting. Why isn't this working? Why isn't my normal day-to-day or things that I want to work? I want this now. If it hasn't manifested, it is not meant to be at this time. It is time for you, for us, to become our true versions of ourselves, which are powerful spiritual beings, to connect to these sources and forces of energy to guide us, to inspire us, to help us flow. Learn to flow like water with our day-to-day, with the energy, and trust. Sounds easy? Not very easy for our programmed and conditioned mind. And I don't care how long you've been on this journey consciously, it's going to find what has been hidden in the cracks and crevices. I've definitely had this experience, especially last weekend. So let's get a message for us all on this new moon in Pisces. And yes, it is very weird, wacky energy. It's trickster. Even though Mercury hasn't gone retrograde yet, Mercury will be stationing to go retrograde mid-April. So we'll have, right now we have all planets direct, not for long. So with that Mars energy beginning to move slowly, forward movement, it's not quite time yet. It's not quite, we're still in a transformational phase. That is the energy of Pisces as well. And we've got a lot of it. So embrace it. It is teaching us. It is showing us. It is guiding us. A message for us all. I wanted to mention the Venus energy, which is really putting a lot of emphasis on our relationships. Relationships to others, relationship to self. Venus in Aries, Aries, the self, I, me. How are you treating yourself within these relationships that may have worn out their expiration date, right? Are you still trying to force them to be what they once were? Also, our relationship to money is changing, and this energy is emphasized as well. Okay. And just the creative aspect of ourselves. It's going to be a beautiful unfolding, and I'm now seeing all of the circles that connect into the flower of life. They've been showing me the flower of life over and over and over again, and how we are all truly connected in this beautiful expression, yet there's still distortion that needs to be worked out so that we can actually truly witness, experience, and see the own natural beauty within ourselves. We might not need very many cards. There's a lot, it's a lot of messages that just come through me, the Hermit. This is an invitation. And they're saying you may feel a very strong urge to, they're saying vacation, but Hermit, to have time to yourself because there's so much chaotic energy. If you're one of those people who has been just trying to push through Mars energy, push through and not seeing, and there's an inner part, an inner voice that's like, I just need a break. Yeah, you do. Because when you slow down, when you take that time to yourself and you open up and you listen, there's something there that's illuminating. The stars are speaking to you. The moon is speaking to you. Take time for this moon energy to go within with yourself. Turn off your phone. Turn off your electronics. Tune out everything else. Tune in to the cosmos, to yourself. There's a lot there that is really trying to surface at this time. All right. Anything else? King of Pentacles in reverse. Stop worrying about money, about the earthly possessions and the earthly things at this time. Take that out of your focus. This has been a main focus for many people. And I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Trust. A lot of the masculine energy is solely focused on the material realm, including money. This could have to do with safety, security. A lot of systems are crumbling. They're saying dissolving, that we held belief and trust in. Financial institutions, you're seeing the truth reveal itself, the truth that has always been, but now it is, the distortion is really showing itself on the world stage. Trust that we don't have to play in that realm anymore, but find your power, your truth within. When we connect to the spiritual realms, we are guided, we are assisted into everything that we need and more. So right now we're in some form of distortion of thinking that if I do this and this and this, I'm going to have everything that I need. If I put my trust, my focus, my faith in systems, in business operations, in all of these old ways don't work. Old ways, that flow has been cut. That flow is cutting us off from our natural flow. Okay. Oh, that's a big one. It's a big one. It's a hard one for the rational, logical, critical thinking mind to wrap itself around, because it has been so embedded, so programmed and conditioned for thousands and thousands of years. There's a lot of fear in there, as well as those who want to stay above this playing field and think that they have power and control. The more money, the more possessions, the more status I have, the more power I have. That is being cut. That is being cut. Watching it dissolve. Don't fall into that old realm. Stay in your natural flow. Trusting spirit, trusting the cosmos, trusting your inner knowing. The Emperor as well. In reverse. Beautiful. And the Six of Cups showing itself in reverse. This is an old timeline. This is an old timeline that is trying to pull us back. So if you're one that is, first of all, some people are being lured back in by old past relationships. Be mindful of that. This is past life lessons that you may have already learned, and you may have to relearn again if you fall into it. And it's okay. It's all about Earth School, what we're learning here in Earth School. And we're really trying to graduate from the old timeline into the new. The Emperor in reverse, showing us the power, the control, the manipulation, the top-down, that energy, those people, those entities are doing all they can to keep this part of the game alive. And they will. Are you going to fall into that? Are you going to believe that to be true? Or are you going to put your investment into yourself and into the higher realms that are also showing themselves? We've always been here, but now many more can see, feel, and experience what they haven't before, which does feel weird. And it's time to get used to the weird and make it your normal. It's below that. 5 of Swords. Yeah, surrender. Surrender control, surrender the mind. Surrender and allow what is unfolding right now unfold. The truth is being revealed, and it's not anything to be afraid of. It is old chapters of a book, and actually this entire book is closing unless you want to start the book all over again of the past. It's always a choice. We humans, we spiritual humans, beings in these bodies, get a choice all the time whenever a chapter's closing. Sometimes, and I've definitely fallen into that. No, I'm not done. I want to replay. We think that we can change it. We can't. You're just going to re-experience it more intensely than the last time. And that's how you really get the program mind to be like, oh, I thought I could actually change this person. I could change this entity, enterprise. Interesting. Business plans, business models. I have the answers, the Emperor. All of these things are dissolving right now. And it does feel weird. Anything else? It feels weird for many. For others, I'm finding it to be very invigorating. Like, wow, I wasn't sure when this was actually going to, I mean, I do from the astrology, but still when it shows itself, it is, it's a relief. It really is. I don't like anybody having to go through suffering, pain and suffering. And that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you understand that we create our own pain and suffering by trying to change others, trying to change the world in the old way, thinking that we have the answers or trying to manipulate and control in a distorted way, putting too much focus and emphasis on, again, top down. I am the head honcho. I've got the most money. I've got the most objects. I've got the most beauty. I've got the most this. I've got the most that. Eventually you get humbled, and that's a good thing, because that is all distortion that has been sold to the human species. We are being shown our unconscious patterns. They are coming alive very, very strongly, which why it feels and looks and seems weird. The moon, unconsciousness, unconscious patterns, this new moon, and we just went through a very dark moon phase, and that could have been a little eerie for some. Anything else before we wrap this up? Okay, thank you. All right. The shadow aspect of Pisces is escapism, bypassing, spiritual bypassing, escapism, drugs and alcohol, all kinds of addictions, you name it, checking out television, Netflix binging, eating, any kind of binge, gaming, anything that is we have used as a tool to self-soothe from the reality that's too painful to confront. A lot of people are going to go into that, but it is going to really take you into a spell, a fog, a deep fog, and it's going to be hard to get out of. So don't give up. That's the last message. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on this new timeline, because it is here. It is here. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've witnessed it. I'm still in between the two timelines, but I see it. I know exactly where I want to be. And anything that's old, that is surfacing, it is for my greatest good to say goodbye. Goodbye, old version of me. Goodbye, old patterns, old unconscious patterns. No more. They actually don't even feel good anymore. So they don't they don't do the same thing they used to do. Truly. You'll find that like there's a strong pull to check out and just turn on the TV and like go into like some they keep saying Netflix. I think Netflix, a lot of people are utilizing Netflix to really escape from this hermit energy. And you'll find that urge is like, oh, there's nothing that I want to watch. Or at the end of your day, if pouring a glass of wine, I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing, but if pouring having a few glasses of wine to unwind is your thing, there's another version of yourself that's saying no. Maybe have some herbal tea or something that is good for me to calm me down, because nothing is good or bad. It's all in moderation. But I will say, if you're consuming alcohol in this energy, it lowers your frequency, and it doesn't feel good because there's such a high vibrational frequency being blasted and on the planet right now. And we can kind of dip in and out of it, but it's when you're just fully in alignment with it, it's amazing. It feels great. You can sleep well. You can be in the flow. We're being taught and trained and shown what lowers our frequency, what takes us into the lower density and the old version of ourselves, and where we are now. What is dissolving? What is ending? Pisces, the 12th house. This is what we're experiencing now. So that is the message I have for all of us. I hope that you found this to be helpful for you. I'm sending you so much love. Don't forget to like the video, share it if you feel compelled to. And until next time, mwah.